What up, y'all, and welcome to Papyrus Motorsports Park here in Massachusetts for the 15th race in the 2022 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. On pole for the fourth time in his Truck Series career, moving up to fifth on the all-time list is Bradley Ream, and to his right side is Sam Young, continuing his amazing qualifying streak. Now, I believe 1, 2, 3, not counting Bristol Dirt, want to say 3 or 4 races now in the past 5 he has started up here at the front of the field. Cloudy day, meaning fuel strategy could get interesting this time around. We saw 2 drivers make it on a one-stop last year. Will that happen again this year? Vince Freeze is with me today to find out.
Yeah, man, draft's important here in the Truck Series. Should be a interesting race. Pit lane will be important. Want to have that clear entry to pit lane, and we saw last season was it Brad Lewis in the 9, I believe. Yeah, they stayed out one lap longer, and it worked to get that one stop versus 2 stop strategy. And there's someone in the back roll the dice. That's all to play for, and the championship battle is heating up as well.
Back to the starting lineup. Row 2, Roger James and another Penske truck, Pat Johnson. Row 3, Henry Sanford and PJ Vidal. Row 4, Zachary DeLello and Reggie Fogelman driving the 9 truck that Nico Tringali finished second in last year. And in row 5, we got Jack James and Benjamin Ice. If you're looking for that familiar 21 truck, you'd find that Audra Baranowskis has a new paint scheme. If we can get a up-close look here. Delta Airlines jumping on board with Audra for the last 4 races in the Jerky Pro Truck Series season. They've been sponsoring her in Digital Storm Cup this year with Chip Ganassi Racing, and decided with where she's at in the title fight, they would jump on board and support her in the last 4 races of the season. So a cool thing to do there, Vince. And next to her is a driver who's won here before, Donovan Cage, won here back in 2020. As you look through the rest of the starting lineup, go through those other past winners for me, Vince, any I missed, and reiterate the ones I already mentioned.
You got boss. It's 2018. The man Fitzwater and his Chevy. 2019 we had Bobo Jones, the rookie winner, and also a Chevy. 2020 another Chevy, Donovan Cage, and Brad Lewis broke the streak in a Ford last year. 2021 strategy. Let's see who can do the strategy. Can Brad make it 2 in a row from the back? We'll find out.
I'll
And
tell you
that's
what,
all I got, man.
if there's one place to save the most fuel from, it's from the very back. It's right where he's at. So we'll have to see what Brad can do. Dylan Ibrahimian is starting at the rear with him. So tough break for Ibrahimian. Mentioned this is Bradley Ream's 4th career pole. It's his first of the year. He is 38th in the points coming in, looking for a good run. Just 3 top 10s on the season. Point standings. Audra Baranowskis with an 87-point lead over Sam Young. Donovan Cage, 125 back. Henry Sanford, 149 back. Jack James, 154 back. Only 4 races left. The cutoff after today, Vince, will be 177 if you were to get on a tiebreaker, which would be tough to do with Audra having 4 wins on the season now. So I would like to think 176 would be the next number, unless if you are Enzo Nereza or Scott Roush and you somehow win these last 4 races of the year. That's the only way you're going to have a chance at this. But green flag is out. And I'd like to think still that it is a 2-driver race, mainly between Young and Audra.
Anything can happen, man. We know what's coming after this. Talladega. This is more than a race. But for now, we're going to focus on Papyrus. And now you see the draft is already kicking in, man. We've got some 3 wide.
Yeah, the trucks will get up to about 190 miles an hour here down at the end of this downhill slope. And this one right-hand corner can get sketchy, especially if you swing it a little too wide. By the way, all incidents will be reviewed after the race. This is our final race on the calendar where caution flags will not fly.
Sam Young looking through. A little aggressive there on Pat.
Yeah, a little aggressive on your teammate there on the first lap of the race. And so far, everyone is clean. A little bit of 4Y back in the pack. See Audra trying to make ground forward. Now, this is the big, heavy draft point of the track, Vince. Forget 190. We're going to go up over maybe 195, maybe almost 200, depending how you set up your run here down this straightaway. The tire wear not going to be really much of a concern here early in the run, but once you get to the end of the run, it will be showing. As 3 wide for the race lead between Pat Johnson, Sam Young, and Gene Sanford.
Going to the old, I think it's the left-hander. Usually the left side will take care of this. Good run you see from Pat.
Could we be in store for another rookie winner here at this racetrack? Perhaps for the second year in a row. I think, you know, Vince, while there is tire wear here, since it's kind of a super speedway road course hybrid, if you position yourself right at the time of pit stops, that's when the field strings out. You're in very good shape if you're in one of those front groups.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing is the drafting distance between where you want to place your car or truck, excuse me. But it looks like Penske's trying to run here, man. A little teammate action. Jack James, we know he can be special here with Ream behind. It's a teammate partner too.
Seeing a lot of two truck pairings right now. You've got the 2 Penske trucks, the 2 ThorSport trucks, and then the 2 S3 Nemco trucks here, the 8 and the 87. Don't look too far behind. You'll find Lucas Catano in 9th and Benjamin Ice in 13th. As here comes Donovan Cage, moving his way forward. Where did Audra Baranowskis go? There she is. She is fallen backwards back into the hornet's nest. Big opportunity here, Vince. If Sam Young, man, we keep talking about it, but Sam Young gets a top 3, gets a top 5. Audra doesn't get a top 10. It's a big point swing. And with Talladega, Springfield, remember we talk about Talladega, but Springfield is just as super speedway-esque of a track as Papyrus is in its own little way.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now, man. It seems like everyone's starting to funnel out. The 3 wide is starting to calm down. Well, now that I say that, probably something is up at the front, but I think it's pretty calm for the most part.
Yeah, there's a little bit of 3 wide going on up here as Jack James looks for the race lead on Pat Johnson. Sam Young falling back a couple of positions. Here comes PJ Vidal, another rookie, into the top 5.
Down the little hill here, down there we go, the slope, and now into that left-hander.
Right-hander.
Oh, I'm sorry, right-hander.
Jack James with the edge right now. Pat Johnson going nowhere. Gene Sanford up here in the mix as Johnson looks for the lead again. Gene is thinking about 3 wide, checks up. Behind them, 3 wide for 3rd.
Yeah, for Jack James, man, I think that might be too far. It's good. It's a good last lap timing if you're Pat or someone like a Sanford back there. Try to time out the run.
Yeah, look at this big run right here that Pat and Gene are getting. See, second you pull out, you kind of hit that bubble of air. Lets that leader hold the lead at the start-finish line. What you really need there in a move such as that, Vince, is you need 3rd place to stick with you for about a moment, just to give you that little extra push. They pull out right away like that, and everybody's momentum kind of stalls out. See, looking at the fast laps on the day today, Zachary DeLello, P1. Benjamin Ice and Owen Miles also under a 1:17.2. Lucas Catano under a 3. And Joshua Johnson is under a 4. So a lot of draft laps there at the top of the chart, but Catano up here at the front. Let's take a look at the back of the field. There you see Brandon Mayhew driving the truck that won here in 2019. Brad Lewis still hanging at the back, making little inroads. Same with Ibrahimium. Audra has fallen down now to, I want to say, 28th. Gael Carrillo's been fighting his way forward. He's into the top 20. Sam Young has fallen outside of the top 10. Donovan Cage moving forward, looking towards the top 10. There's Joshua Johnson, which to this point of the season has still yet to finish inside the top 10. It's down to him and Blaine Saylor without a top 10 on the season. Battle is on, though, between Pat Johnson, that is, and Lucas Catano for the race lead. Pit window, we're expecting to open up around lap 8 to 10 due to the cloudy conditions this year. I think it'll be tough for somebody to stretch it to lap 11.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with this air out here and a little cooler. But once again, I just think the lead. And that's the question. If we have this pack and we're down to 3 or 4, it's best to be in second or third, I think, if you can get the drag. But Pat's doing a really good job here, backing everyone up, and they're all going to go pull out now.
Here's a bit of a curious statistic while we watch these guys go 3 wide. If you include the Digital Storm Cup Series winners, the following numbers have won at this track: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 19, 39, 72. So, if your number is 19 or lower, you've got pretty damn good odds. Or, in the case of Lucas Catano, he's got some pretty good odds himself as well.
Yeah, a little numerology here to brighten up your deck, as you could say. But no, it's important to know that trends are meant to be broken, records are meant to be broken. So let's see if we do have a record breaker. If we keep the trend going, we'll find out.
Yeah, Henry Sanford up here in the lead. Last 3 years in trucks, it's been the number 2, the number 6, and then the number 4. And in Cup last year, it was the number 5. 72 of Seth Cole won in 2020, and then single digits of Cole Deaver and John Nunn the 2 years before. But look at that. There's that draft. If you can make the move into the final corner, Vince, you will pass the leader with no issues at all.
Wow, look at the level. He was quick on the time chart. He started to make a little presence.
Yeah, Owen Miles is up here at the front, too. All those drivers, top 5 in that time chart, Vince, with the exception of Benjamin Ice, they've made their way into the top 10. Audra's still down in 29th. Now, Vince, I talked about being at the front of the field when you pit is big if you want to fight for the lead. Being at the back of the field when you pit is a bad place to be, especially here with the narrow pit road. If Audra's team is thinking they're going to pit with a bunch of drivers, that is not the smartest play to make here at this track. If you can,
you want that clean pit entry for sure.
Yeah, if you can stay out for a lap, you'll gain back more time by being without a little bit of draft for a lap than coming in behind everybody. Let's see what the consensus is here for the front runners. Is anyone going to pit here on lap 8? No pitters. They are mostly single filed out too. So perhaps it is still 9 to 11, Vince. This could get quite interesting.
Could be. And I'm telling you right now, man, we have some unusual suspects and usual suspects. it's really about the draft. I think you can see anyone can win here if you can place yourself right, which is nice.
Gene Sanford and Henry Sanford have both been up at the front of the field. Henry has 3 wins to his name. He hasn't won since 2020. Gene started racing in 2020, very part-time. Majority of the schedule in 2020 ran full-time last year. And we saw Gene challenge Donovan Cage back at Atlanta very early in the season. And I'd say this is the strongest I've seen her since that race. Looking for a career win number 1 would be the 8.
Now they're doing a little no arcs 2x2 here at the front for the first top 4 positions. But I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to pit unless someone's going to try an undercut. I think it's best to stay on another lap, believe it or not.
Oh, let's see. Gene Sanford's going to bring it in.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
A lot of people staying out. Oh, not. Most people are pitting. Oh, contact in the back. That's Jessica Strauss around.
Oh, that's big. Audra back there?
Audra made it through. No contact. Reggie Fogelman, though, got into the 16. Brad Lewis is going to pit. No strategy for him this year. So Audra, Donovan Cage, Benjamin Ice, Sam Young, all on the same sequence here. Lane Sanders, Brandon Mayhew, Hayes Green, Austin Tyler, Billy Kidd, Max Anderson, Blaine Saylor, Ron Bishop, Yael Carrillo, Hunter Braxton, PJ Vidal elect to stay out. But now the real question here, Vince, will be is, do any of these guys go another lap?
Lap would pretty much secure you that one stop. We've seen what that can do. I don't know, man. It's going to be close. With these conditions, I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
A lot of fall off. Only 11 trucks stayed out here, though. Want to say we had more around 18 last year. Oh, some people are staying out.
It's a mixed bag, yeah.
Hunter Braxton, Blaine Saylor, Max Anderson, Tyler Green, Mayhew, and Sanders all pit. Staying out, you've got 4 drivers: Billy Kidd, Ron Bishop, Yael Carrillo, and PJ Vidal. Wow.
Well, they won the race. That's it. If they can make it to lap 22, it'll be one of those 4. I don't think the tire fall is going to matter much.
Yeah, they're going to lose a ton of track position. Vidal and Carrillo were top 20. They will not be after staying out here, but they're going to make it on gas, I think. Unless we see one of those old crew chief fumbles where they pit coming to the white. But, yeah. Let's take a real quick look at these 4 in the points. PJ Vidal comes in 15th. Bit of a dark horse right now in that Rookie of the Year battle behind Lane Sanders and Scott Roush. Ron Bishop, 23rd. Carrillo, 13th in the points. Just 1 top 5 this season. And then good old Billy Kidd is 24th in the points. So as expected, these 4 will pit this time by. Reggie Fogelman did retire from the contact with Jessica Strauss. We will take a look at that after. Yep, here it is, the first group. Current provisional leader will be Pat Johnson. Gene Sanford 2nd, Catano 3rd, Cage 4th, DeLello 5th, Jack James 6th, Owen Miles 7th. Oh, and Sam Young had a atrocious pit stop. He is behind Audra now. Want to say they got held up by all the people coming out of pit road side by side. They had one of those first pit stalls. It's not always the best place to be on this track, on this track's pit road. So he will have his work cut out for him here using the draft to get by Audra. Audra is currently still down in the dumps, but with all her championship competitors down here with her, especially Sam Young, as that was close between Ream and Ice. But with Sam Young down here with her, she's not looking like she'll lose a ton of positions. Or a ton of points, rather.
Guys just came out now. They'll be definitely 20 seconds. Not 20 seconds. I've got to reset, but they'll be at the back for sure.
Gene Sanford to the lead. See if we can find them. They are actually in front of Sam Young's group. There's Ron Bishop. Boy. There's Billy Kidd. There's Carrillo. There's Vidal. Yeah, they are all outside of the top 20, but we believe they are good to go on fuel. So now Vince, as far as the championship picture goes here with 10 to go, Donovan Cage is up here in the top 10. Audra, Sam Young are not. Donovan came in 125 points back. If Donovan Cage can position himself to finish 5th, he'll gain a good amount of points. Then it all depends where Audra ends up. He should gain at least 15 if he gets 5th. If she does not finish top 10. That's still going to put him as a bit of a long shot. But with Talladega and Springfield coming up, anything could be possible.
Yeah, and he knows how to get it done in Chicagoland. That's probably his best shot to win, to be honest, this season. He's got to win, but to get in this really championship, he's got to start finishing top 5. Get some luck and then maybe win Chicagoland, have any chance to put the pressure on, but starts with today.
So usually we'd be saying, oh, this is going to be a great battle for the win between a bunch of drivers who haven't won yet and Donovan Cage. But we know that none of these drivers are going to make it. So it's always strange. You know, when this happened last year, it was strange to kind of know that this was a meaningless battle. But at the same time, it might be meaningless for the win, but it has meaning for where these drivers will go into pit road. If you can be the first guy in, second driver in of your group to pit road, you know, that's going to be big for how much track time you can gain coming out.
I mean, how far are they back? Kid in that group, what, maybe 15 seconds back, I would say?
Let's see.
Or less?
7.5 is the 37. 37, 19, 18, 1. And then Sam Young's group, they have merged up. Audra's with him. Ice is with him. Ibrahimium is still down in 40th. Jessica Strauss is showing to be very off pace. I don't know if she's making minimum. 7 seconds. Yeah, that is kind of a bit of a yikes right there. With the fall off, though, I believe she would fall under minimum. But yeah, these guys are going 190. She can't even get over 165. I don't think that is safe.
No, it's not.
Definitely got a lot more damage on that truck than expected. So, right thing to do here. Safe thing to do to park that 16. Not going to gain anything that far back and that far off pace.
I don't think it would happen. My bad.
Donovan Cage going for the lead. I think they would catch the 16 truck in some shape or form. If not the leaders now before pit stops, then during pit stops, which that could get very dicey.
No, I was going to say, I don't think it's going to happen. But I pit now.
Oh,
what
yes.
What do you got to lose? At this point, you know you got guys who are going to make it. Try to cut the tire deficit down and put some pressure on them. Maybe force them. Is someone pitting?
I think somebody's listening to you.
There's my guy, Pat Johnson, listening.
Jack James will pit with.
That's it, though. Wow.
No other biters.
That's smart, though. I mean, now you're going to undercut the field. You got to put pressure on these guys. And Yael and Kidder, they're at the top here.
Yeah, Billy Kidd is leading those 4 right now, but Ron Bishop is looking to put his name at the front. They are really duking it up back here. I think these 4 know that they are one of these 4 is gonna win. Carrillo thought about 4 wide there.
Not gonna win if you wreck, that's for sure.
Remember Carrillo winning twice in his rookie season back in 2020. Haven't seen him win since. What would it mean for him to get a dub this year? Back to the front of the field. All Ibrahimian pit there too from the very back. All 3 of those drivers took 4 tires. Fall off is at about 1.5 seconds now. Let's see who pits this time by. Looks like everyone from the top 5. Donovan will lead them down. Jack Holton will stay out. Seeing a lot of people pit here. There's our 4 right there staying out. Everybody else is coming in.
Oh, we have a stack up.
Yeah, Mayhew hit the 48 there. Oh, Magarick might have a problem here.
No, he did a good job.
Oh, Brad Lewis just got pinballed a bit there. Audra, a lot of drivers in front of her on pit road. Same with Sam Young. The only driver to stay out in front of the 4 that made it to lap 11 is Jack Holton. This is the battle for the win, we believe. Unless now, Vince, here's something to consider. Could the lack of draft from so many more trucks cut these drivers short a lap? Because remember, draft was so important for them to make it to lap 11 in the first place.
I don't know. That's a good point. We know 25 can't make it for sure.
Everybody took 4. Looks like Lane Sanders had damage to fix. So did Brad Lewis.
Should be able to move up higher as 25 should be coming in.
Gonna be 5 laps to go this time by. Holton will pit. And both Carrillo and Vidal are going for the lead.
Where's, let's see, Pat and Jack, right? I think those are the 2 we'll have to watch. Then the second group.
5 laps to go. This is the battle for the lead. 3 drivers looking for career win number 1. Ron Bishop looking to do in his rookie season what RJ Bishop could not do. Ron, now I'm not certain the relation between him and RJ. I'm going to assume brother, but I could be mistaken. But it would be crazy to see Ron Bishop get a win in his first Jerky Pro season where RJ couldn't get a single win out of all 4. And there's the deficit, Vince, 32 seconds.
Ivan Cage done a really good stop. He got out in front of Pat and Jack.
Yes, indeed. He is in front. He's in 5th. 6th, Gene Sanford. 7th, Pat Johnson. 8th, Jack James. 9th, Hunter Braxton. 10th, Zachary DeLello. There's Catano. Holton making pretty good inroads. Henry Sanford, I want to say, is just inside the top 20. There's Audra and Sam Young, nose to tail. 4 laps to go. Still no signs of any of these 4 needing to pit. But I'll tell you what right now, Vince. If for some reason they need to, Donovan Cage could be looking to throw his hat right back in that title mix because he's right there in the catbird seat 30 seconds back.
Only thing is, if he's the leader of that group, he's going to get caught, and that's... They made it,
Yeah, they made up a second there. Looks like right now it's him, Gene Sanford, Pat Johnson, and Jack James almost 2 seconds clear of Hunter Braxton. And then you look at Braxton, DeLello, Catano, and Owen Miles. They have 4 seconds to Scott Roush. Now, if these 4 do need to pit, though, Vince...
Oh, they're starting to make some moves here. I don't know.
If they do need to pit, They can take as little fuel as possible. They don't have to take 4. Remember, they were 7.5 seconds back. They could save time. Just take fuel only. Take a quick splash. But it's 3 laps to go this time by. I really want to say these guys are going to make it.
You got to feel for Donovan Cage, man. Pat Johnson, Sanford.
I want to say Donovan was in the same spot a year ago.
Yeah, I think he got. If they make it, he got screwed again twice. That's hard to swallow.
And next thing you know, all the people who don't do the one-stop can't stretch it on a one-stop. All those drivers are going to be telling, they're going to be like, hey, Jerky Pro, whoever decides lap count guy, make this race 24 laps so everyone pits twice.
Oh boy, that pack is now, I think, 7 or something. I think they're starting to close. It doesn't matter, but that's big for Donovan Cage with a championship. The more cars, more trucks you add.
Looks like Owen Miles was not able to stay with that group, but you are correct. They are all bunched up now. Ron Bishop is the one in the lead, though, over Carrillo, Vidal, and Billy Kidd. Remember the tire wear. Carrillo's the most experienced out of them all. It's really starting to show with Vidal and Kidd. And Ron Bishop is a sitting duck, coming to 2 to go. I don't think any of these guys are pitting, Vince. If they were going to, they would have done it this time by. Carrillo thinks about making a move. He sticks back in line. Vidal makes a move. He pulls back out. And to turn 1 they go. Ron Bishop will be left out to dry, and Carrillo will go to the race lead.
You got to think this would be a great win for JGR, man. Toyota, they have had no success this year in the Cup Series. A win in truck could be a little redemption.
And it would be the first win for Toyota at this track between both series. You can just see Carrillo. He saved his stuff a little bit, Vince. You can see him pulling, but they've still got another lap. And those 3 are going to have the draft of their lives coming down this front straightaway.
Oh, Billy Kidd loose, though. It's going to affect it a little bit.
Vidal looks like he's in the best position. Ron Bishop right behind with the draft. Let's see those speeds. Oh, Bishop is really pulling now. He might have to check up a bit here on Vidal, though. White flag will be in the air. Vidal with the move, and Ron Bishop's going to go right with him. Billy Kidd, who does he draft with? He's a bit too far back to do anything.
Here he comes now. Here he comes. He's going to go with Ron, I think. Yep.
He stayed with Carrillo there down the straightaway, but now he's right back up here on the bumper of Vidal. Carrillo is going to throw it in the turn 2. Can't get it to stick. He falls back to 4th. Ron Bishop clears to the race lead.
Now, where do you want to be here for this this turn? And then you want to place yourself on the straight to be 2nd. I don't think 1st is the way to go.
Bishop in the lead. I think it's too little too late for Carrillo. He might have wanted to have waited a lap to go for the lead.
Not over yet, man. They're going to have a big run here.
Does Billy Kidd have enough to throw it into the left-hander?
Yep, he's got help.
Carrillo is right there with him. Oh, Ron Bishop! He's got an issue!
He's got a fuel.
He's got a flat tire!
Oh, my goodness.
Flat tire for Ron Bishop from the race lead! Gives the lead to PJ Vidal!
There comes JGR Spining. It's over.
Yeah, it's over, all right.
Oh, it's heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker for Ron Bishop. But one man's heartbreak is another man's victory. It's PJ Vidal getting his first career Jerky Pro Truck Series victory. I don't think I've ever seen that before, Vince. A flat tire from the lead on the last lap? Never in my life.
Oh, we got debris out there? Does he make it back to the flag? I don't think he's going to make it back to the flag. No, he did. No, where is he?
P4 on pit road. Just edging out Hunter Braxton. Gene Sanford 6th, Donovan Cage 7th, Zachary DeLello 8th, Jack James 9th, and Lucas Catano the top 10.
That's a heartbreaker, man. That is a heartbreaker.
Donovan Cage 7th, Sam Young 26th, Baran Auskus 30th. Delta Airlines coming down was not a good luck charm today. 30th place for Audra. I want to say that's the worst finish for her this season. Or maybe the worst since Daytona or something.
I was speechless, man. I don't know. Debris. I can't explain that.
That, I think something might have broke on the tire, Vince, because usually if drivers have flats, doesn't usually show up as that being the reason they retired from the race. I think something in that tire broke, but right in the corner, coming right out of the corner, it just gave. It couldn't make it another mile for Ron Bishop to get that first career win. That, I swear, dude, I can't get over it. That is the craziest thing I've seen.
Yeah, other than running out of fuel in the last lap. I thought that's what happened at first, but then I realized.
Well, that's why, I say it's the craziest thing I've seen, because I thought for a second maybe he was out of gas, but the way he turned down off the track, you knew there was something wrong. I was thinking maybe an engine issue. Nope, flat tire. Unbelievable. And then the JGR drivers just were fighting for second there. Was unable to get a run developed on Vidal. I think Vidal was far enough ahead anyway that he had it sealed. But we'll never know. But heartbreak city for Ron Bishop. We've got an incident or two to look at. Let's get to it. Looking at what happened to Jessica Strauss on the first pit cycle. It's a bit of a gap here from her to Reggie Fogelman, and they just slammed the brakes, and Fogelman had no idea because of the curve, and just, man, that's probably the earliest. Gets right in the Wendy Calhoun's back bumper. That's probably the earliest I've seen someone get run over getting on the pit road here. It's usually a bit further down past those red trucks on the left. That's the earliest I've seen someone get run over. Wow, yeah. Tough break, and then Ibrahimian just hit the brakes to not get damage here, and it cost him a chance at doing anything the rest of the day. Taking another look at what happened to Ron Bishop. Right as he got back in the gas, it just died. And yes, look, he checked up Billy Kidd and Carrillo there, Vince, so forget the side-by-side fight those two had for second. The checkup there from not running over Ron Bishop, I think that sealed the deal. But hearing it was something on the right rear tire, so just right rear tire gave out, pushing through the banking there perhaps. Ron maybe overdriving it a little bit, not sure. Didn't see any tire failures all day, but they were far enough ahead for him, and with where his pit stall was, he was lucky with where his pit stall was. They were far enough ahead that he beat Hunter Braxton to the start-finish line for a 4th place effort. Let's see how close it was. I think his stall was literally right here. There he is. He's going to hit the line. And there's Hunter Braxton. It's that close to falling out of a top 10 there. But as I've said, one man's heartbreak is another man's victory. PJ Vidal will go down as an NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series winner. And who knows if we'll see Vidal next season or not. We get so many rookies every year, but Bishop, Ron Bishop, that's a household name there. That's a family team he drives for. Definitely expect Ron to be back next year. And I think with what he's shown us this year, if he doesn't get a win in these last 3 races, he will definitely have a great shot next season. But as far as the present goes, we've got Digital Storm Cup Series action tomorrow afternoon. We will see you guys then.